Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, aka Daniel Kuhn, and I got a new video for you guys. Keep Racing Alive Part 2, the Chicago edition. I'm taking a break from checking out Arms List. I swear that website is like this. It's like looking at the stock exchange for guns. You'd be amazed what people are selling, what they're selling, and how much they're selling it for. I was just actually thinking about how on September 1st it'll be 6 years since I bought my first AR-15. I remember I got it for $850, and it was a complete flat top upper, and it had a PSA lower. The upper was from Stag Arms. The guy originally sold it for $800, but I said hold it for $850 the next day, and then he did. And along with it came a P mag, a GI mag, 60 rounds of assorted ammunition, and an Otis tactical gun cleaning kit. It was came in the like a molly pouch. Yeah, it came in a black molly pouch, and I still got it to this day. And there was someone selling just a bare bones unfired AR-15, no rear sight, but had the front A2 had the A2 front sight for $600. That's it, $600. That's and there's not even any hoopla going on, But hey, like I said, I got to check that website out. But I was just watching a video, actually my second time watching this video by Jericho Green. Shout out to him, and I'll include a link to his video on this in the description box of this video, where he was talking about in Chicago over the weekend, I think it was 60 people shot, and I think it was, if I correct me if I'm wrong, but it was 12 people were killed, 60 people shot over in a weekend, and. And he talks about, and I watched the chief of police and Rahm Emanuel talk about illegal guns, and all these illegal guns on the streets, and just how they have to come together and try to find a solution. It's not. I was watching his video, and then watching other videos that had him talking, and it just reminded me of the video I did a few years ago, Keep Racism Alive. And the reason why I did that video was to point out how if what they're talking about was actually solved, there'd be no job for these people who keep bringing this point up over and over again about all the contributing factors that are basically steeped in racism. White supremacy, white male supremacy in the United States. If the actual problems were solved, they had no platform to work on. They couldn't talk about they couldn't talk about anything else. They had to actually face the problems that are really plaguing many of these communities, especially the black community. So illegal guns, racism, white supremacy are not those are not the reasons why you had 60 people shot in a week, in a week within like a 2-day period in the city of Chicago. Those things have nothing to do with those things happening. Now, what won't get talked about, and because it hurts a lot of people's feelings, are this gang activity is fueled by broken homes. It's fueled by single mothers. Yeah, I said it. It's fueled by single motherhood. It's fueled by there not being a father in these homes to actually make it a home. There's no father in these houses essentially to make it a home, and a lot of these it's primarily young males. They're growing up emotional, no discipline, no true guidance. They go out in the street, and they find the guidance that they need in the street. And it leads, and you can combine that with, their inability to actually look at a problem, look at situations, and make a proper assessment. This guy called me a name. Should I shoot him? Should I pull out my extendo and fill him full of lead, or should I just brush it off? Nah, I ain't gonna brush it off. He disrespected me. I need to light his ass up. That's the mentality that's pervasive in those kind of areas. There's no discipline. There's no man to pull. There's no man around to tell those. Let me put it like this. There's no masculine men to pull these boys to the side and correct them at the right age, because there's some some young men, when they get past the point of no return, and they're just a time bomb waiting to happen, or they're a murder charge waiting to happen. There's some other unfortunate event, or worse, they're just another baby's daddy waiting to happen. There's no one there to pull them aside and to tell them, listen, do not lose your cool because someone said something, because someone called you something, or someone said something. That's no reason to hit somebody, no reason to enact violence against somebody. Because if you try that, it could just maybe get away with that when you're a little kid. You get up into your teens and early 20s trying that mess, and someone's gonna a cop is gonna show you who's boss. He's gonna be the court system. The cop is gonna be the dad in your 20s that you definitely needed when you were a little kid. Except he's not gonna necessarily pull you aside and give you sound advice. He's gonna put a bullet in you, and it'll be completely justified, because if that's the kind of behavior that you're gonna that you're gonna have throughout life, you're just a hazard. You're a hazard to everyone else around you. Or you can go the way of where you have young girls growing up. They didn't have any masculine men in their life to show appreciation for their femininity, to to see how a mother and father interact with one another. They didn't what a sound family looks like. What a potential man, or what a potential husband and father looks like. They didn't have that. No, instead they had the state. They had the state bringing them up through social programs that took them, that accepted them for what they were when they were undisciplined. And then they got older, didn't have to put in the work to look for a decent man. Followed their emotions, went after some thug because he looked cute. They like the way he had his pants hanging off his ass. They like the fact that he was a thug. He had a body count, and he was wild in the streets. And they want to get some action with this dude. They end up pregnant, and then they found out the hard way this guy was not worth the who knows how many minutes of enjoyment they had together, and then she's pregnant. And that child has a potentially going to grow up without a father, and then the cycle continues. And then you have what happened in Chicago. The same thing happened in many of these dysfunctional communities, dysfunctional neighborhoods rather, because pointing out the fact that all this stuff stems from broken homes, stems from no masculinity, no competent mothers, and liberals who won't tell them, or rather progressives who won't tell them what's actually wrong. Because if they actually told them what was wrong, if they actually told them what the situation, the truth about this situation, and how they can actually turn around, well, they'd be out of a job. They lose office. They wouldn't get elected. They wouldn't receive donations from other race baiters who depend on them to continue on the bad policies that lead to the destruction of these communities. So yeah, racism. If it is what these people make it out to be, has to keep going. It has to keep being droned on about, because otherwise many people would be they'd actually have to face their real problems. And then they could just come up with another excuse as to why you had so many people killed, or just shot at, or just these acts of violence that you can see all over the U.S. All over the internet. This stuff they have to keep. Racism has to be kept alive for these people's sakes. They don't know how to live. If the problems of broken homes, of single motherhood, of gangs was actually fixed. But please, tell me what you think. Am I on the money? Am I just being another coon, Uncle Tom, what have you? Please share your thoughts. I'd love to read your comments. Leave your Leave your comments or criticisms in the comment section. If this is your first time checking out the channel, please check out my other videos. I assure you, videos where I'm wearing this hat are ones that are really worth watching. And if you want to make a donation to the channel, if you go to my homepage, look for the Give Up That Cheese button. You can make a donation of any amount to my PayPal account, help with the various projects I work on. Actually, just recently bought this my first wet dry vac. I need something to clean up a lot of the dust from some of the wood and steel that I work with, in a little work area. Again, shout out to Jericho Green. I'll include the link of his video in the description box of this video. That's it. Keep Racism Alive, Part 2, the Chicago edition. I'm Edward Jones, aka Daniel Kuhn, and you guys take care.